speaker this morning is Danielle, and thank you so much. Danielle is hot seat this morning. So here we go.
Hot speech.
Why not go into the new year fearless and humble at the same time? Today, Danielle will give an impromptu speech. Why? Because she was in that hot seat role, and she believes in helping out her Toastmasters team. Danielle has been Toastmaster for 3.5 years, and she believes in it for both personal and professional growth. Danielle's speech time will be 5 to 7 minutes, with her speech titled, Love is Not About Color. Please help me welcome Danielle to the lectern.
Can we all agree that love is not about color? I grew up in a very diverse community. Our high school won awards for having the most diverse student population in several states. I had friends from Panama, Laos, Thailand, Haiti, African American friends, exchange students from Germany and Sweden. And for some reason, ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to adopt children. For some reason, I've always wanted to adopt children from Africa. It's just been this innate thing in my heart that I want to go over there and kidnap all these cute little babies and take them back home with me. As I got older and I moved to Wilmington, it was no different. As I've mentioned before in Toastmasters, I have friends that are here legally and illegally. I love them all the same. And in June, I married a man from Chile. Not a U.S. native, but yes, a U.S. citizen. I've also referenced my best friend of 22 years a few times in this room before. Her name is Amelie, and I grew up with her ever since 5th grade. This year was our 22nd year of being friends, until the moment that race divided our friendship. You see, Amelie and I met because she was a new student, and in 5th grade, I was that nerd that sat in front of the classroom with my first day of school dress, and I waved at her like this until she came over to sit with me. At lunch that day, I asked her if she wanted to be my best friend, and when she said yes, I told her to hold on because I had to go ask my other friends if it was okay. Through the years, we sang together, and I've demonstrated some of those handwritten songs in this room. We danced together for 15 years. And in high school, when I didn't have a place to live because my home was so unsafe, she shared her bed with me. When I didn't have a way to go to college, her father co-signed my student loans so that I was able to get an education, regardless of how it affected his credit or any fear that he had of this 18-year-old who had nothing being able to make those payments upon college graduation. None of it mattered because for 22 years, we were like family. Those of you who were here maybe a month ago might remember when I wore those silly wigs as Joke Master. My husband and I love wearing silly wigs. We started it with our friends a few years ago, and it's just something that brings us joy. We wear wigs of all kinds, all shapes, all sizes. And we had planned for our wedding to have a lip sync battle. And this lip sync battle was going to be the groom and the groomsmen versus the bride and my bridesmaids. And a few months before the wedding, I had sent out an email to the bridesmaids saying, hey, don't forget, we are going to perform Beyonce Single Ladies as part of the wedding lip sync. And I want all of you to wear a crazy, silly wig. Go for it. Color, size, shape, curly, straight, whatever you want. And I said, but this is my wig. And I had attached a link from Amazon that was a Beyonce wig. And those of you who were here that day when I wore it might remember, it is such a beautiful representation of Beyonce. And I felt empowered to be Beyonce on my wedding day. I mean, who could ask for anything more? 4 weeks before my wedding, my best friend Amelie sent me a text message, and she said, "Hey Danielle, I think you should cancel the lip sync at your wedding." And it was a Sunday evening. I was certainly taken aback because this is something I had dreamt of for a year and planned extensively and created excitement between the men and us. I said, "Why?" She said, "Because I clicked on your Amazon Beyonce wig link. And at the very bottom of the page, which by the way, where no one would ever look, it says that this wig was made for an African American woman. And you're white." Okay. I just wanted to be Beyonce. I wasn't looking at who it was made for. I wasn't trying to be offensive. I don't have those intentions. This is someone who's known me for 22 years. I don't think anybody at my wedding would be thinking like that or be looking up the label to my wig on Amazon. I thought maybe after a few minutes of this conversation, she would stop. It didn't stop there. When I said I didn't want to cancel the lip sync, she told me I was racist. It was offensive. She had asked her boyfriend, who's of African American descent, and he said he would feel offended seeing me wear a Beyonce wig. She said she asked her friends in DC, a very diverse city, and that her friends also said they would feel offended. So she's isolating me as the bride on my one day of my life for those 4.5 hours that nothing else really matters except what my husband and I want, which was laughter and fun. I said, "Well, you don't have to participate in the lip sync." And she said, "Well, great. I don't want to be a part of it because, you know, this is really going to ruin a lot of things for you, Danielle. You're going to offend people. You could possibly make people angry at your wedding. And this is going to get out, and it's going to ruin your business." I was flabbergasted. To me, I can't even put together where she got this from. This makes absolutely no sense. This is coming from somebody who's about to marry someone from another country, someone who has 12 countries represented as her wedding guests. It makes absolutely no sense. Amelie did not attend my wedding, and our 22-year friendship ended because she let color stand in the way. Her decision, not mine. I would like to reiterate today that love is not about color.